Okay, today we're going to talk about ellipses. This is ellipses part 2 because we're going to move the center from 0, 0 to HK. But before we do that, let's make a quick review. First of all, we had circles, and with the circles we had the center at 0, 0. We had x squared plus y squared equals r squared. When we moved the center of the circle to HK, notice how the equation changed. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Let's take a look at the ellipse equations. Our ellipse equations, x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1, made us a horizontal ellipse, and x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared equals 1. Again, the center of our ellipse was still at 0, 0, but this time we have a vertical. Okay, so how does that change our equations? Now remember, we started with x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1, or x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared equals 1. And look how we changed them up here to make them fit the circle. Well, we're going to do the same thing down below. Here we go. So we have, for a horizontal ellipse, we're going to have x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. That moves our center now to HK. If we want a vertical ellipse, we're just going to switch our a and b just like we did before. So I still have x minus h squared over b squared plus y minus k squared over a squared equals 1. Okay, looks like I have to adjust a little bit here. Okay, again, our center is at HK. So how does that affect us when we go to a graph? Well, the first thing we need to do is locate the center. So we ask ourselves, what is being subtracted from x? Well, that would be -1. What is being subtracted from y? That would be a 2. So our new center is -1, +2. That is where I'm going to do all my counting from. I happen to remember that when the bigger number is over here, I have a horizontal, and that also tells me that a squared is 36 and b squared is 9. The square root of both sides, I have a is 6. Remember their distances, so I don't need to worry about the negatives. I take the square root, I have b is 3, which tells me I'm going to go 6 horizontally and 3 vertically. Okay, so 6 horizontally from my new center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now all I'm missing are my foci, and that equation was c squared is a squared minus b squared. So c squared is 36 minus 9, which I believe is 27. And again, I have to do a little bit of math here. 27 is close to 36. And on the other side of it is 25. So 25, 27, 36. Taking the square root of this, I get 5. Taking the square root of this, I get 6. And taking the square root of 27 will be somewhere in between. So somewhere between 5 and 6, but really closer to the 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be about right there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be about right there. And I have everything I need to draw my ellipse. Here it goes. Again, mine kind of look like footballs. Yours probably do too. It's okay, as long as they're not square. They're not squared off, because that would be bad. All right. There's our first one. Let's try another one. Okay. Remember, the first thing we need to locate in every instance is our center. Our center in this case, what am I subtracting from x? 3. What am I subtracting from y? -5. So my center is 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my new center. It's my new 0, 0. My A's and B's, well, I can see this bigger one is 49, so B squared must be 25, and A squared must be 49, and again, C squared is A squared minus B squared, so C squared is 49 minus 25, or 24, which is just shy of 25, so those are going to be really close. So here we go. This is almost 5, so we're going to call it, just for simplicity's sake, 4.9. Close enough to get me where I need to be. Square root here is 5. Square root here is 7. So, which way is it going to go? Well, it's underneath the y, so this is going to go up and down. This is going to go vertical, and this one's going to go horizontal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is going to put me down here. I need an x at about 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just shy of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, just shy of 5. And then I need to go 5 left and right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am able to draw my ellipse again. Here it goes. Here's my ellipse. Again, try not to make it too flat. There we go. Not too bad. And there's my ellipse. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, let's write a couple of equations. All right, so we know the center, C is for center, the center is at 3, -4. So that tells me I'm going to do x minus 3 squared, and I'm going to do y plus 4 squared. I know that much. It's horizontal, which tells me my bigger value is going to go under my x. So the bigger of the 3 and the 6 is 6. Excuse me, and 6 squared is 36, and 3 squared is 9. There's my equation. A little different in the next problem. It says the major axis is 10. Remember the other day when we wrote equations and we gave you the length and the width? Well, this is doing the same thing. If the major axis is 10, then I'm going to move 10 divided by 2 is 5, and this one, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and it's telling me it's vertical. The top part of my equation, I do the same as before. X minus 2 squared and y minus 5 squared equals 1. That's the easy part. I'm a little off here. Let me zoom out just a smidge. There we go. All right, so it tells me it's vertical, so the bigger of these has to go underneath. So squaring 5, I get 25. Squaring 3, I get 9. And there are my two equations. Let's try one more graph, and then we'll call it good. All right, so let's see what we know. I know my center is at -3, +2. I know that a squared is 4, so a is 2. I know b squared is 1, so b is 1. Ooh, this one's pretty narrow. And then I also know that 4 minus 1 is c squared. 4 minus 1 is 3, so c is the square root of 3. The square root of 3 is really close to 4, so I'm going to put it close to my 2's. So here we go. Find my new center. -3, 1, 2, 3, up 2. There's my center. Is this horizontal or vertical? And how do I know? Well, the bigger number's under the x, so it's horizontal. So I'm going to go left and right 2. I'm going to go up and down 1. And I have to stick these guys in here. They're really close to 2. It's going to be like right there. And here's my ellipse. Whew. Not so horrible. Okay, I think you have everything you need to be able to not only draw the ellipses on the worksheet, but also to be able to write the equations. Let me know if you have any questions.